You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with John, Alex, and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a GBR production. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Twitch, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google, Podbean, Pandora, and all your other favorite podcast locations. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. John, Alex, and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like the Goop Podcast. You have been warned. Transition. Oh, everybody can see us. Oh, you're smoking a cigarette. We're gonna get kicked off YouTube. Tobacco use. Yeah, motherfuckers. Yeah, we're live. You know that, right?
Are we really?
Yes, you're on the air. You're on the air with Cocksucker and Dick Licker.
I didn't hear the intro music.
That's what I was saying. It was like really weird. I heard it, but it was super fucking low. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going. Let's see. Can you hear this?
Garbage day. Huh?
No, you can't hear that.
No, I can't.
Why is it? Oh, well. Fuck it. It's imperfect.
Just like our show. Hey, everybody. It's Hey Pal, What's New? I'm Greg, and here's my buddy John Alex. And today, we are remote.
Wait. That's me grabbing titties.
All right, there you go. Ready? There you go. So anyway, this is going to be weird, but we're going to try to give you content.
We got content up the ass.
What happened? You just cut out.
I got your content in my ass.
Yo, pussy stinks.
Yo, pussy stinks.
So, yeah, man, this is weird, but we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this okay. So, yeah, it's Friday night, just different locations. My boy's at the CCC. I'm at the GBR studios, and we're just going to try to do this.
We will do it. We've done it before. We'll do it again.
True. This is true. We did this a few times, so we'll figure it out.
This summer, I got like crazy softball tournaments and shit I got to do. So, we're
all busy,
we're going to have to
but
figure
we want
to
keep bringing you the content the best way we know how, which is this. So, whatever.
Yeah.
So what is new with you, pal?
Wow. Look, let's start out. Hold on. The big news, because I know what's new with you. And that's the REM car.
The REM car?
Yeah, the Orange Crush.
Oh, yes.
Somebody got a new vehicle.
I did. I got a new car. I wasn't on The Price is Right. I didn't win anything. I didn't play Plinko. I put down some money and I bought myself a car. Because, the podcast is doing so well.
Hell yeah.
I can afford to buy this shit,
Maybe Nissan will be a sponsor.
Yeah, that would be excellent. But, this morning I picked up a new car. My old one was, as I talked on previous episodes, the AC was going on it. It's been falling, it's got 180,000 miles. And I figured it's time to give that piece of junk over to my daughter. But I did need a new car, so I did pick that up this morning. So it's a brand new car. I already have 130 miles on it.
It's like, here, kiddo, enjoy the Deathmobile.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get it fixed, obviously, and, fix the AC so she's not driving around with the 260 air conditioning.
Oh, first world problems. These spoiled kids. It doesn't have air conditioning.
I know. So, we'll get that fixed. And, I was driving it all day today. I was picking up kids. I was playing dad taxi, driving around in the Smashing Pumpkin, as I like to call it.
Well, now's the time that you're happy to do all that driving. You're like, new car, want to drive it, going all over the place. I don't mind.
Oh, yeah, because one of my daughters was wanted to get picked up early. So I said, all right, I'll pick you up early. And then Zoe had to get picked up like 2 hours later. And my mom's like, you're going back to New Fairfield again? I was like, I got a brand new car, man. I just want to drive.
That's right.
Took it out. Took it out on 684. Let's see what this thing can do. Yeah.
Hey, it didn't shake.
Yeah. Nice 70, but it's fully loaded. I'm very, very happy with it. So
well, that's awesome.
That was my big purchase. And now we have matching cars. We have same color car.
Same color. It's fucking weird.
Yep. Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah, exactly. Now we have matching cars. Next thing we'll we still have to go for our matching pedicures.
That's
which
right.
We'll do. I'm holding you to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you get a pedicure. It'll be fun. Go to the old Asian ladies and.
I was gonna say if the Asian ladies at the mall haven't seen enough horror show. Hey, I'm gonna introduce you to The Ring.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they don't care. I mean, plus the good thing about it is that they talk to their friends in their native language, and
they're making fun of you.
They could be saying, "Look at this fat fuck with his nasty toes." I can't hear it. I don't care. Who cares? I love going.
I'm gonna put Google Translate on and listen and just have it record them.
That would be perfect. They're like, "Look at these two assholes."
and then the phone will go, "Look at these two assholes."
Yeah, no, that'd be perfect. So,
and then I'll be like, "Who's the asshole? You're the one scrubbing my toes." I'll be like, it'll say it in their native language.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I do enjoy going. So, and I'm definitely due for one. So,
as far as my week, it's been freaking just stress at work, just bullshit stuff. But then, Kate's been testing every single day because. She knows someone who got COVID, so she's like, "Oh, I got to keep testing," and she's been testing. And then the other day, she's like, "Oh, I'm feeling like crap, but I think it's just a cold, allergies or something or whatever." And she tested negative still, and then boom, 2 days ago, it was like, "Congratulations, it's a boy. You're positive."
Oh, you got the double casino, Uncle Jude.
So now she's quarantining just out of just to be safe. If I haven't gotten it from her yet, she's quarantining in our bedroom, so I'm fucking sleeping on the couch. There is no sleeping on the couch because it's. I mean, you've seen the layout of my house. It's like, I got one kid who works real late at night because he works at the movie theater. So it's like he comes home and I'm like, "Who's there? What's up? Huh?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were on the couch, Dad." I'm like, "Yeah." And he hasn't eaten, so now he's making food. So I'm like, "Oh, I can't go to sleep." I did not sleep last night. I'm running on fumes.
Well, I'll tell you, man. The couch is always open here if you ever want to pass out on this one.
That's right. I told you. Once gas gets to that point, maybe next school year, and when the school year starts, I'll be doing the Monday through Friday at your place.
I told you we'll get hammocks. It'll be like Gilligan and the Skipper.
That's right.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
I'll turn your mom's garage into another apartment for me.
Oh, I got to show you. I actually took the garage and made it all nicey nice too. Ooh. It's like a little smoking lounge.
Oh. Maybe we'll set up in there from now on, especially for the summer.
Yeah, definitely.
Bring the bug zapper indoors.
Yeah, well, we can still do it in here. Yeah, I was planning on going outside today to do the pod, but I was like, it's still a little. I don't have everything else set up there yet.
I fucking hate the mosquitoes. That's all I know.
Well, we got the bug zapper, man, so it's good. It's good. So, I mean, that was pretty much it as far as. My big purchase was the car, and you got the double Uncle June over there, and
not doubles though, just Kate. This is her freaking third time having the freaking COVID.
Oh, it's third time. I thought it was only her second.
No, she had it back in January of 2022, when it first after she got so sick. I don't know if I've talked about this. She got so sick in January after Manny and I went down to the city to see Dear Evan Hansen.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, "I feel like shit," and she went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Oh, it's probably just something viral. Let it run its course." And she was still feeling like shit, and she was going to the hospital. She finally went to the ER, and they were like, chest X-rays to check for pneumonia, nothing. Then they did a whole CAT scan and shit, and were like, fucking just the whole battery of everything. And next thing you know, it's like they couldn't find anything. Like, well, just take it easy. And
now you said was this pre-COVID pandemic or
just before the shutdowns? It was like January, February. Okay. It was like February of 2020, and next thing you know, they were like, we don't know, and then you hear all the reports about this mystery sickness, and then it's COVID, and then everything shut down, and it's like that's exactly what you fucking had. And she tried to go to the doctor and go, we were like, you should get the antibody test, and they don't want to test you.
Yeah.
Because if she had it, I had it. And I was like, can I get the antibody test to see if I've had it? And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, and I explained it. They're like, well, that doesn't mean anything. Could just been some other illness. And I was like, you guys are fucking weird. You're trying to shut down the country. You're shutting down the country, and you're trying to track this pandemic. But I've got a family member, and I probably had it too, that exhibits every single fucking classic symptom. And you're like, no, it's fine. Don't worry. That's not what it was.
Yeah. Everyone, stay calm. All is well.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Earth is doomed.
God. Yeah. So better to do the old school Zoomity Doom FaceTimey episode, which excuse our appearance, we're still remodeling.
We just got a dude message from one Stephanie.
Oh. Stephanie. Oh, see, I can't see the chat from here.
Yeah, but if you pull up, you take your phone and just go on the chat from like either YouTube or because it kind of like sends it. It forwards it to everywhere. So if you go on like the YouTube one and you see me say Greg's pop in on the chat, right?
Yeah. My girl says that it's really, really low.
Oh, shit.
So.
Oh, boy.
Yo, pussy stinks.
Yo, pussy stinks.
I just don't want to get this.
That's fine. But yeah, that's about my week right there. I don't know. Maybe my wife will send me a text saying it's really low.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
No, it's fine.
Anyway, hey, everybody. It's my penis.
Well, we'll get to that later.
You know what I do have to say though. Can you hear?
What's that?
Oh, you're not gonna be able to hear this. That fucking ruins every. Hold on, I'm gonna say. Anyway, I can't even play my music for the news because you ain't got it. Well, because I feel like the music's not going out, so which is fine. I will tell you my news for the week though.
We will fix it in post.
Yes, it'll all be fixed in post, just like my vasectomy.
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about, you crazy motherfucker? So news wise, hey John, got any news? Yeah, I got news.
Yeah.
So this is what a weird week for fucking stupid news. That's let's start off with that. Because like I'm going to go there first. I wasn't going to go there first, but I think we need to do something with Ezra Miller.
Oh, what did little Ezra do this time?
So there's a report. Apparently it's a Native American family and their transgendered child who Ezra Miller at like 12 years old befriended. And the parents are claiming that their kid is now 18. The parents of that 18-year-old allege that Ezra Miller used violence and intimidation to hold sway over their child since they were 12, also claiming things like he gave them drugs and alcohol, experimented with the kid with marijuana and LSD. I'm like, oh, Ezra, you've been a naughty, naughty, naughty boy.
Oh God, what are we gonna do about this guy?
And
I mean, you can't. Like, what do you do with this movie at this point,
dude? That is my thing. I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna do with the movie? And they still plan on just like, oh, it's still gonna come out. It's all good.
Yeah, in a year, they're hoping that all this stuff blows over, or maybe he gets help by then. But at the same time, it's just like, what's next? Ezra Miller freaking punches a midget in the nuts and pours sugar in his gas tank. It's like, what, what else is going to...
Oh, but that's,
what's left? Should we start? Maybe we should start an Ezra Miller bingo.
Oh,
I think we should do a Hey Pal, What's New Ezra Miller bingo. Be like, did you get Kid Toucher? Yeah, I got Kid Toucher. Okay, bingo.
Oh, wait. Seriously. Anastasia, Ezra Miller is non-binary, uses they, them. Thank you. I just got, okay, so Ezra Miller is non-binary, uses they, them pronouns. I've just been corrected and informed of how it's properly done. I did not know that. I was not aware. I guess I should have did my research, but like I always say, I'm just a fucking monkey with a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
But Ezra Miller, I mean, I saw that and I was like, come on, this has got to be bullshit. And if you read the article, it's one of these, it looks like the parents were unhappy with the fact that their kid was coming out as transgendered. And I mean, you could read it as Ezra Miller took this kid under their wing and was like, you know, I'll help you with this. I'll help you deal with, you know, your parents. I understand, but I don't know, man. If you're that famous, like, just, I don't know if you should be doing it. It's like a teacher giving a kid a ride home. I had a student today who was like, oh, are they running buses for, you know, because today was prom. So,
okay.
So they got early dismissal, and one of my students was like, "Do they have buses we can take to go home?" And I was like, "I don't know." And she's like, "Okay, I guess I'll just walk. It's not that far." I was like, "You know, it's period 4." They let you out. I was like, "I don't have class period 4, but unfortunately, I can't give you a ride home." I mean, my own cousin went to Mayapack, and I was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't even drive her home." Because you're just asking for trouble, like, and not that, you know, my own cousin would be like, oh, I'm going to make accusations, but someone sees it and starts a story.
Do you think it's one of those things now with him where people are just piling on
with Ezra?
Where it's just like, yeah, he gave me a bad piece of cheese once, and I'm suing.
Oh, of course. You know, I don't doubt that there's some aspect of that.
I'm not saying that this person is lying, but it just seems like when stuff like that, like, you know, as shitty as Bill Cosby was, you know, it started with 2 or 3, then it became like 54.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, even if half of them are lying, you know, that's still outweighs the odds. I mean, we all know that. Ooh, excuse me. At this point, Ezra Miller's a piece of shit. But I don't know what I really don't think even just waiting a year at this point to release it is going to save it. At this point. I don't know, because people don't forget. I mean, people are like, we talked about it last week where it was, you know, I could separate, you know, person from character kind of thing. But this is almost just like people are not, you know, people still tease fucking Pee Wee Herman about jerking off in a movie theater 30 years ago.
Right. But
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's never going to go away.
Pee Wee still has a career. They fucking rebooted Pee Wee's Playhouse at one point too. Didn't mess up Pee Wee's career. But I mean, again, I think times have changed, though, where something like this, like if there's any validity to this, that they basically groomed this kid. You're too high profile to take like a preteen transgendered individual. Hey, you know, I'll take care of you. Come on over here. The optics are horrible.
Yeah, I think it's got to get to a point with him where you just gotta send him away somewhere and have him come back, because he can't be running around on his own volition right now.
Oh God, no,
it's not good.
You know who needs you know who needs a conservatorship? Ezra Miller needs a conservatorship.
Exactly. Poor Brittany. We freed Brittany. Now we got to lock him up.
Wait, here's one for you. Tell me if you can hear this.
Oh yeah, I heard that perfectly.
Can you see me on the camera?
Yeah. Bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye-bye, YouTube. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Okay. That's I labeled that clip.
And you busted my balls about smoking.
I was joking. You think I give a shit? I labeled that clip Lord Byron. Because it's Tom Byron. I didn't realize that. Well, I was waiting for you. I was so bored. I was like, oh, I got to find that song from Dr. Ginger again. And I was like, it took me forever because the internet has everything, but you have to still find it. And freaking porn from the 80s is not going to be indexed as like, oh, here it is.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
and I remembered it was Tom Byron, so I did a Ginger Lynn Tom Byron search. And bam, if it didn't come up.
Yeah, hey pal, what's new at gmail.com. You can send that out to us. Send us your favorite porn clips.
That's right. Wait. It can't just be your favorite porn clip. It's got to be funny.
Yeah.
Funny porn.
Yeah. Like, did you ever see that? Oh God, what is his name? Fuck. It was a comedian, and he did this whole thing about searching porn. And
yes,
the name of the thing was Peanut Butter Smack. How You Like Me Now?
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Yeah,
I've searched for it. You can't find it.
Well, I don't know if he made it up or anything like that, but
okay.
yeah.
So here's some
the titles. The titles are the best.
Here's some Gregory news Two bits of Walking Dead news that I got for you.
Ooh.
One, Jeffrey Dean Morgan recently tweeted out that the upcoming spin-off, Isle of the Dead, described it as mind-blowing. It's going to blow your fucking minds.
Okay. Ooh. I hate to say it, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh, God. My wife's like, I'm actually disgusted right now.
If the big casino didn't get you, that will. It's good for the soul. It's like Campbell's soup. It's delicious. It's delicious.
Oh, she's tearing me apart via text here. I'm in trouble.
Oh, what? Because you posted that clip?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about the clip. I wasn't thinking because I have a different camera on me that's supposed to be the camera that is just me on the stream, and it's not. It's the one. It's using the same camera that it's using the same camera that FaceTime is using.
Oh.
I don't know why it switched. I have a different camera that was supposed to just be on me, so when I held that up to the thing, thinking it was just the FaceTime camera that only you would see it.
Oh boy.
Because I wanted you to laugh about that. Just the music alone is just like hilarious. That's why I downloaded that, because it's just, you hear that music, like that's that classic, like, ooh, 70s, 80s. Oh, that's that bad music.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's so funny. I thought you were just showing it. I was like, why are you showing that?
No, I was not. I didn't mean for it to go out over the air like that. I guess it switched off my GoPro. I'm going to have to fix that later. Anyway, so it's supposed to be an amazing show. Other news, Walking Dead, they officially set, Tales of the Walking Dead has officially set a premiere date with August 14th this year.
Yeah, that I was really excited about. From what I understand, it's maybe about like 6 episodes or 8 episodes, but they're bottleneck episodes.
Right.
And they're teasing where it's like, well, we could bring back some old characters. We could do some new characters. So that I'm really interested. The whole Isle of the Dead thing, I mean, to be honest, it's Walking Dead, right? I'll watch it. I'm still hate watching Fear, so why not? But at the same point, I don't know what the purpose of the Isle of the Dead thing is.
I don't either. It's just a continuing Negan tale.
I guess, I'll take more Negan. Negan's one of my favorites, but yeah, I don't know. But the Tales of the Walking Dead could be interesting because they could bring back characters that we haven't seen in a while. Like, oh, what's Glenn doing at this, pre-Glenn, you have to de-age him at this point because he looked like he was 5 when he first started. But time will tell with that. Like I said, I think the Walking Dead proper will be back in October.
Right.
I think it's so. That's the last 8.
Thank God.
Fear the Walking Dead.
I need to be done with that. I really need to be done with The Walking Dead. I like we've always say, you're hate watching Fear the Walking Dead. I won't even hate watch it because I just can't watch it.
Really? Just the regular Walking Dead you won't watch anymore?
No. No. The Fear the Walking Dead I won't watch.
Oh, you can't. It's so convoluted at this point. Like I said, I've said in past episodes, the first 3 seasons of that show were freaking phenomenal. Then after that, they pretty much got rid of all the main characters and they added new ones and they brought some in from and it's just so every good character they kill. And now, not that I'm spoiling it for anybody, because I don't even know who's watching it besides me. They bring back Kim Dickens, the original mother.
Greg Gilroy, the one viewer.
Oh, is that me?
No, I'm just laughing because it's like you're the one viewer of that show.
Yeah. So, and they finally bring back Madison, which, if you watch the show, Madison was the mother.
Right.
It was one of those things where, she's dead, but you never saw a body. So you're like, no, she'll come back. She came back, and her, the whole thing is she's trying to reconnect with, we wanted the big reunion with her daughter.
Right.
Her daughter left the episode before. She
so there's
took
no
off
reunion.
Into the sunset. So there's no connection. And now Madison's off with fucking Morgan somewhere. looking for some fucking place.
Right.
It is so fucking bad. But yet I don't know. I have to watch it. It's zombies, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, more Walking Dead. I'll always take it. You know, if it's from Kirkman, I'll take it. But let's see. Tales, I'll definitely watch it. I believe that's in August.
Yeah, August 14th.
Okay,
I'll give it a shot.
Right, yeah, I mean, what's the worst that can hurt? It's like one of those where it's if one episode sucks, fuck it, watch the next one. It's completely different. You're not following the storyline like you are with the other shows. So,
correct, right?
And some of my favorite Walking Dead episodes have been those bottleneck episodes. Those one episodes where, it's contained in that one thing, and then that's it.
I like a nice little underlying storyline, but for the most part, I don't know. I like those one episodes and done. This way, you can. There's something to be said for like I can watch them whenever and just watch what's going on.
Yeah,
in one episode.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different stories you could tell in the Walking Dead universe. What's going on in New York, what's going on in this place, what's going on here. So
apparently, that's where Isle of the Dead takes place. Is New York.
That's what I heard.
So
why they go? Well, if we think about World Beyond, right? World Beyond, they were doing Ohio and all that stuff, and apparently not the CDC, the fucking whatever the main place is in New York.
Okay,
somewhere in New York.
Right.
So that could be where they're going. But I heard that Negan and Maggie are going to be in the show together.
Well, yeah, I'm just reading right now. This is like hot off the presses. Literally just came out in an exclusive interview. Lauren Cohen was asked to give a little tease about how Maggie and Negan will interact in the new show. And after it was noted that Maggie seemed to be becoming less hostile towards the former leader of the Saviors, she said, they are two people that are very much still not friends, who are not going to be seen in the new terrain. Cohen said, you'll see elements of each of their characters that will be new, challenging, and it's going to be awesome. So whatever the hell that means.
So they're not doing like a buddy cop team up.
It doesn't look that way. It's probably going to be like, he's in one place, she's in another, and every now and then their two communities like it is now have to interact with each other.
Okay. No, I mean, like I said, they're one of the two best characters still in that show. So we'll see.
All right. To wrap up the news, couple of quick little things. One is they're working on a script and they're going ahead with a sequel to the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
I did see that. They showed a picture of what's his nuts. Joaquin reading the script. And what is the name of it again? It's like Joker
Faux do some shit like that. I don't know. We've said this before. Like, I watched that movie once. I was good with it. I don't need I don't need a sequel.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing is that when a movie like that. When it was like $30 million, I think, to make that movie, and it made over $1 billion. Of course, they're going to do a sequel. They have to.
But I don't know. Anyway, I don't have high hopes for it. And two bits of last news, both come from the same place. Boys has officially been renewed for a 4th season. And
I still haven't watched episode 4 yet because I got up this morning and it wasn't there, but apparently it's on there now.
Yeah, I watched it last night because I downloaded it from somewhere else. But I do have an Amazon account, so don't hate me. And this is just like intriguing news that I was like, for that last episode, they actually built a giant penis for that reverse Thanos scene. The Thanos.
Pinwheeling, as we decided to call it.
No, it was oh my god. Sounding, that's it. I
call it pinwheeling because I want to put a pinwheel in it and go
spin. So I thought that was pretty fucking cool that they went all out. They didn't CGI it. They went like, let's build a giant penis that you're gonna walk into.
I want to know who has it. Well,
it's in Jensen Ackles' doorway. And that's another thing. Someone told me that Jensen Ackles came out and said, as Soldier Boy, he was like, there was one thing they wanted me to do that I just outright refused, that I have to have standards.
Wow. Okay.
I wonder how fucking bad it is, considering like all the other things we've seen so far.
Well, a lot of it's been Homelander right now. Like, we haven't really seen Soldier Boy do anything too depraved, except for those commercials, but that was just language. I don't know. Could be something,
You haven't watched the new episode, have you?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. It's good?
Yeah. So that's my news, other than, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 trailers I've watched. And the news that apparently the new Jurassic Park movie sucks bad.
Oh, yeah. You didn't see it yet, did you?
No, I was going to go see it with Xander, but it's getting late, so we're not going to go.
I did hear about some news that on Ghostbusters Day, they officially announced they're doing the sequel.
I had that too.
Yeah, right now the working title of it is Ghostbusters Firehouse. Because they're going back to New York City.
Yep.
To take back the firehouse.
Well, yeah, the last one ended with that the storage thing in the basement with the red light blinking, like beep, 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 like, the shit's going down.
Yep. Yeah, I think I'm...
Ernie Hudson's back.
Movie, yeah. Yeah, Ernie Hudson's psyched. Yeah, I mean, even with it's the fact that they're going to go back to New York City, that Afterlife movie, it's been streaming now on regular, so I can watch it whenever.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's just so good. It was definitely one of my favorites on one of the tops we did when we did our rank episodes last year. Yeah, so I'm excited to hear about, Jason Reitman's coming back. The cast is going to be back. As long as I get my podcast, I'm good. Get my little podcast guy and the female Egon and some Paul Rudd. Who doesn't love Paul Rudd?
Who doesn't?
It's America's sweetheart.
Oh, of course. I watched a video of somebody had of Paul Rudd doing something where he just proved like what a gem the guy is. I was like, that's every video of Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
he's always doing something.
He's got to do that thing that they did on Chappelle's show with freaking Wayne Brady. They got to do a skit like that.
What was that?
Oh, you don't remember on the Chappelle show? They did this whole skit where Wayne Brady, not Let's Make a Deal guy. He's a singer. He was on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Okay, yeah.
Everybody loves him. He's like a sweetheart. He's an African-American guy, and he's like, hey, everybody. And Chappelle did a bit where he was hanging out with him, and everything he did was fucking horrendous. Like, he stuck up a guy. This girl comes, hey, babe. This hooker comes over and goes, hey, baby, you guys want a good time? And he goes, you got my money? And she's like, and he goes, does Wayne Brady got to choke a bitch? He plays this like he's doing crack. Like, it's the best. It's one of the best Chappelle episodes where they just took Wayne Brady and then like when somebody would see him,
right?
He was like, oh my God, it's Wayne Brady! Oh, and he starts singing. He's like, oh, baby. And they're like, oh, I love your show. And then he grabs him and like chloroforms him and chokes him out. He's like, shh, shh. It's so good. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, they should do one of those with Paul Rudd where he's just a dick. He's just a complete asshole. Nobody would believe it. I wouldn't believe it.
The video I was referring to is when he was on Between Two Ferns.
Oh,
and he's asking about like he's like, how do you hide? What's his name? Zach Galifianakis. Is that him? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you say to a young actor who wants to hide his Jewishness as well as you have? And Paul Rudd's like, well, I've never tried to hide my Jewishness. And Zach Galifianakis is like, Jesus was a Jew. He didn't hide it. He's like, no, he put it out there for everybody to see. He's like, Paul Rudd's like, he's one of our best. Yeah, he's just like,
you can't get mad at Paul Rudd. He's a man.
He's like, I'm not a practicing Jew. I've perfected it. Are you a practicing Jew? No, I'm not a practicing Jew. I've perfected it. I don't need to practice being Jewish.
I think I got it down.
I think I got that shit down.
Nice. Good times. So that be the news for yous.
Yeah, that's the news. Now, you sent me one and I sent you one. We were going back and forth with the trailers this week.
Yeah, they dropped a bunch of trailers.
Black Adam.
Looking good.
Looking good. I'm a little...
Yeah, what were your thoughts on it?
I'm kind of excited, but I'm also at the same time like just I don't know. I'm always worried with with DC. They give you a trailer that looks amazing. You're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. You watch it, you go, what the hell's this shit?
Yeah. Well, I mean, dare I say, I'm a little rocked out.
Aren't we all?
You can believe it. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I know this is his passion project, and he's been wanting to do it for, a decade at this point. And it's finally coming out, and the trailer was impressive. Like I was like, okay, I can get down with this. But at the same time, I'm not like, oh, I can't wait.
Yep.
Basically, any of the DC movies, I've always been like, I'll give it a shot. You know.
Well, I'm always gonna watch it too. They've got my money.
Yeah, I mean, it's something where it's. I always hope for the best. With them, I'll give them. It's like the Marvel stuff. We had talked about last year. This upcoming phase of Marvel movies.
Right.
There really hasn't been one besides No Way Home, which was in December, that really has kind of excited me.
No.
They're good, but they're not like rewatchable. I don't think.
Right. Well, that being said, have you watched Miss Marvel?
Not yet, no.
Oh my, don't on me. Get the fuck out.
Nah. Well, is it good or what's skinny on there?
I very much enjoyed it. Yeah, I really did.
I was going to wait for my kids because
good.
They're teenagers, and I was like, hey, we could watch this together. And they're not the type that will give a shit about that stuff, but it seems more up their alley. Like it's more John Hughes than
it is.
Than Spider-Man.
And the way it's shot and everything is very like, John Hughes. Not so much John Hughesy, but that like kind of like almost like Tweenie, but without excluding people like us from wanting to watch it.
Yeah.
I won't feel
like a weirdo watching it.
No, you won't feel like a weird creepy guy.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next one. That being said, I know it's catching some shit from some people about certain stupid things in it, but I think people just need something to bitch about.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the stuff with Obi-Wan too, where it's just they. And we had talked about this too on past episodes, where we all do it. Right. We all hype ourselves up so much, like an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, or a TV show. Oh my God, I can't wait to see this and that. Who's going to show up? Yep. And if it doesn't exactly pan out the way you want it, people just immediately go, that sucks.
Oh, it's a piece of shit.
That being said, episode 4, I was kind of like, okay.
Obi-Wan episode 4.
Yeah.
Well, I've said that to a couple people who are like, oh, I don't know about it. I was like, I don't know. I was like, well, it's a rescue episode. But on the plus side, you got to look at the fact that you've got some more fucking badass Vader. You've got
a little bit of Vader in this next one, yeah.
You've got Obi-Wan like starting to get his, getting his force on, which is nice. He holds back that window, which, is for a guy who's sitting there at the beginning of the episode trying to make something move on a tabletop, like. It's a win.
And that whole badass thing when he saved her from the torch thing. And from what I've heard from other shows, watching them, it very much nods, and it's got a New Hope vibe to it.
Right.
So it's very episode 4-ish, which I'm fine with. It's a fucking OG classic. Some people were complaining about CGI. Some people were complaining about this. It's like, look, man. It's Star Wars. It's freaking Ewan McGregor. It's, are they staying a little bit too much with Leia? Sure. This is her second time being rescued. Okay.
But that scene of her being, being interrogated, it's very much Rogue One.
Yeah.
And it's actually really, it's more reminiscent of, her in of Leia in New Hope being interrogated. That's why you see her sitting there and Vader's like basically, I want to ask you some questions. I'm going to ask you some questions and I want to have them answered. And she's like, yeah. She's sitting there changing the chair. She's like, what do you want?
I mean, I still think she's great. She's definitely hitting it, but it's surprising because we all thought at least I did, that this Obi-Wan stuff was all going to be about Luke and watching over him. And
I'm glad it's not.
it's different. They do a little twist to it. You know, I like Reva. I like the Inquisitors. I mean, who doesn't love Vader? I mean, it's kind of, is it Boba Fett bad? No. It's better than that.
Right.
Is it Mandalorian good? No, probably not. But I mean, come on, man. It's Star Wars. I'll take it any way I can get it. You know.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, same thing with we had talked about with this other stuff. It's like you get your hopes up too much, and there is way too much content and speculation and what's going to happen, and you have it so built up in your head that when it finally does and it doesn't wow you, you're kind of like, eh. But you know, on the case of the Marvel and the DC stuff, like Black Adam, like I don't know Black Adam from Adam, so.
Oh, you're too funny, Greg. I don't know Black Adam from Adam. I don't know Black Adam from regular Adam.
Oh,
I'm Giovanni Ribisi.
Oh, I can't teach you about it. I can't do that.
I
still haven't finished The Offer, by the way.
Oh my god,
I'm getting there. I'm taking my time with it.
I will tell you. You sent me that Monsters trailer, and I was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah,
I just was not having it.
We don't need it. We don't need it.
No, we don't.
New car, your new Nissan.
Oh my god, it's Mom.
The Nissan keys.
Yes, what about it?
They need them because Violet's naked and her bag is in your car.
Her bag is in your car.
So we was trying to get them. And you went like that, like she had the Chevy keys.
Oh, I didn't know. Hey, everybody.
Hey, look at that. I'm getting shit from my wife. You're getting shit from your mom.
It happens. Well, nobody had the keys to my car. They couldn't get it.
Rightfully so.
That's right. Well, you know, they left all the stuff in the car, so what are you gonna do? But anyway, back to the show.
Meanwhile, but something's going wrong here. Something went wrong with me. I don't think I'm I'm not on the camera anymore. Oh well. I don't know what happened. My camera disappeared.
Not on camera?
Nah, it disappeared.
Oh gee.
Oh geez, guys.
There's gonna be some seriously editing going on here.
No, because I don't give a shit about the video. Nobody's watching the video except I think my wife is already tuned out. She was like, "I'm thoroughly disgusted. This is why I don't listen or watch." I was like, "Fuck." I tried to explain to her. I was like, I have two cameras. One that I thought was just me, and the other one is the one that Greg is seeing me on. And I thought once I started that FaceTime, they basically both crossed and just became the one camera. So the GoPro, which I usually use, is not working as my camera, which is why I'm not even on. I don't know if you can see me, but no, they can't see me on the stream.
Oh, I get you.
So
I get you.
Anyway, I told her, I was like, I thought it was blah blah blah, and she's like, I don't think that makes it better.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, whatever. I'm in Dutch all the time, Greg. I really am.
What are you gonna do?
Nah, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna sit in the basement.
Yeah. Just stay in your little pod.
That's right. But I really just was not feeling the Monsters.
No,
I wasn't.
It was he redid the intro to it with the new characters, and I was kind of like, all right, you know.
All right, man, what you got there?
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work. I just don't think it's gonna work. I think there's the target audience that would actually watch that is the people who watch the show, and I think a lot of those people are going to be hung up on why is it in color like this?
Yeah, and it's an old show. I mean, when did that come out? In the 50s, 60s?
Hell if I know.
So they don't really have a big following. It's not like it's like the Addams Family, bad cousin or something like that. So, I mean, I loved the show when I was a kid, but I don't. It didn't give me any feels whatsoever.
Nope.
Not whatsoever. So, yeah.
I was trying.
Besides that, I'm trying to think of some other trailers that
1965. 65 and 60.
Oh, that's when it came out?
Yeah, the TV show was 65, 66.
Yeah, but it was black and white, like Addams Family.
Yep.
It was about monsters like Addams Family.
Yep.
It's very derivative. So, you know, what are you gonna do?
And one last thing before we'll jump into what you've got music. I'll see if you've got the one new music I've got. But movies wise, I did watch a movie this week.
You did?
Yes, I watched. What is it? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, the Nick Cage, Pedro Pascal movie.
Oh my goodness, you did!
It was so good, dude. It was so
it good?
It was so good watching Nick Cage be the stereotype of what we all think he's like, and what we've seen some of them in interviews. And I learned that, like, you know, the reason we've seen so many shit Nick Cage movies in the past couple of years, like that Five Nights at Freddy movie and all that other shit, is because he's so weird that he spends a shit ton of money on stupid ass shit, and he went broke.
Yeah,
fucking Nick Cage.
Yeah,
is broke.
He's an interesting character. I mean, to plug our friends, the Multiverse Fancast, I did listen to their episode where they talked about Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2.
Oh my god, great fucking movies.
Yeah, I love both those movies, and you know him and as Big Daddy was just a classic.
Oh yeah,
two of those movies, Kick-Ass, you had Nicolas Cage in it.
Yeah,
doing one of his best, and then in Kick-Ass 2, you had Jim Carrey doing one of his best.
as Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they're the episode before that, because they're doing like the real life superhero month, like movies that show what superheroes would really be like in real life. Was Super with Rainn Wilson, which I haven't watched since it fucking first came out, and I completely forgot like Kevin Bacon's in that. Nathan Fillion's in it. Like the cast in that is like off the fucking wall.
Yeah, it's
and
a Elliot movie, and it's
Elliot Page, is that?
Elliot Page is in it.
I didn't know if that's the Elliot's last name, Page. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's still Page, so it's Elliot Page, and he plays Bolty.
Right.
Back when she was Ellen Page.
Spoiler for a 12-year-old movie. Just when again, I'm caught as to how you refer to. When they made that movie, they were Ellen Page, and now they're Elliot. Well, anyway, Elliot, when he gets shot in the face, and like you think he's just down, and it's like no, half his face is fucking gone. You seriously expected him to roll over and be like, "Oh, I'm dying. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Oh, I'm bleeding." And like do one of those scenes, and then they make it through. It's like no, there's no coming back from half your fucking head is missing.
Oh yeah, it was total boy style, you know.
Well, that's what they're leading up to. They're watching all that. Gore. They're watching all that shit to lead up to like their discussion on The Boys.
Yeah, no, I've been loving that because they've been pulling out those movies that both Super and the Kick-Ass movies, which are near and dear to me. I love them. Well, Kick-Ass to this day, I think is one of the best comic book movies. Hands down.
Well, it's
in my top 5, top 10, if not top 5.
Those guys also do the. I don't know if you ever saw one of their other podcasts. What is it? Cinematic Adventures. And that's purely like they take a movie and just do a dive on the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I got to check that one out. So, yeah, I mean, those are really the only trailers I can think of. Movie-wise, for me, I haven't really seen anything, to be honest. Hasn't been really anything that I've been, like, dying to watch.
No.
We did watch, it's been mostly TV. I know Manal and I got sucked into one of those Netflix documentaries. She's been doing all those. The one, The Staircase. Have you ever heard of that one?
But the guy who pushed his wife down the stairs?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. What a weirdo with his freaking pipe.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But we were sucked into it. But it's so, and that's one thing about Netflix, too, is that you have this documentary that's intriguing, but it's like 12 episodes. And it's just like, we got to about half of it before my girl starts looking at it on her phone. I said, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I just got to find out what happens." Like, it's just like,
my God.
Did he get arrested? Did he get, what happened to him? Because what did I call him? Who is that actor in Scrubs? Not Zach Braff, the other guy. Something McKinley.
I don't know.
I think it is.
Okay, ready?
IMDb, stuff.
Here's your late to the party. John has not watched Scrubs.
Ooh.
I've never watched, and I don't even think I've watched an episode. I've seen clips, but that's about it.
I wasn't like a huge big fan of the Scrubs, but let's see who gets it first here.
I was a scrub. Okay, so you've got...
I don't want no Scrubs.
You've got Zach Braff, Donald Faison, Sarah Clark,
it's
John C. McGinley.
The guy who was convicted, I called him Dollar Store John C. McGinley. He looked just like him, but like on a pipe. He like, I don't know. And everybody's, convinced that he's... And then it was interesting because, first of all, if you've ever seen it, I mean, spoilers, this was back in like 2013. He was accused of murder because his wife fell down the steps and but he's claiming that she had some, she had a couple Valium, she had some gin, and she fell down the steps herself. Now, point one, the amount of blood in this picture, and they show the actual pictures, the crime scene photos of this poor woman falling down these steps. I mean, the amount of blood is just ridiculous. I'm like, did she hit like an artery or something? It was just, so that was a little sus. So I'm like, all right, but then you start listening to it, and he's like, well, maybe he is. He sounds like he really thinks he's innocent. And then it comes out, well, he was also dating this other woman in Germany, and she died because she fell down the steps. I was like, okay. What do they say?
Once is an accident, twice is coincidence, 3 times is a pattern.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, that was so, like, oh, well, it was just a coincidence that she had embolism and blah, blah. And I was just like, dude, it's not looking good for you.
No.
Yeah, so we started watching that. I mean, movie-wise, I haven't seen really anything.
I got to call you out on your shit.
What was that?
Because he is not the dime, what did you say, dime store John C. McGinley?
Yeah.
He's not. That's fucking Colin Firth, dude. That's the dude from fucking oh fuck. A Gentleman. Oh God. What the fuck is that a movie?
Platoon?
Kingsman. That's the guy from fucking Kingsman.
You think so? I mean, come on.
No, it is.
We're gonna have to do it.
It's fucking Colin Firth, who won like Academy Award for The King's Speech. He was in Bridget Jones's Diary, The Kingsman.
Yeah.
That man's got a fucking resume longer than my Willie Johnson. That's not saying much.
So you're saying he looks more like that?
No, that's who he is. The guy in the... are you talking about the real...
No, I'm talking about the actual documentary.
The actual... I thought you were talking about the HBO Max series called The Staircase.
Oh.
That's the dramatization of that whole story.
Oh, see, that just popped up. I'm going to have to watch that then.
Oh, you got me all nervous. I was like, why are you shitting on fucking Colin Firth, man? The guy's awesome.
Well, okay, now this is funny because look at my phone, The Staircase, HBO Max, and what page am I on? John C. McGinley.
Look at you.
Look at that. If people don't think that the phone records you, you're sadly mistaken.
It hears everything.
Well, now I have something new to watch this weekend besides The Boys and Miss Marvel.
At least I know my wife probably isn't listening anymore, which means, I could say whatever I want.
All right, pull up some more clips.
No, that was a bad one. I wasn't even meaning to do that. I swear to God, I honestly thought I was just like, yo, look at I was just showing you like it's the actual clip and not just the music.
I'm still laughing at that because I seriously thought you did it on the air, and apparently you did.
I did do it on the air, but not on purpose. That's okay because when I edit the audio and put it on Spotify, this never happened.
Yes,
these are not the drugs you're looking for. So music-wise, what do you got music-wise?
Well, music-wise, there was a lot of stuff that came out this week.
I only know of one thing.
If I look through my Discover, a couple of albums came out, full-length albums. Our band that actually liked one of our posts, A Vulture Wake.
Oh,
the old singer from All, they came out with their album Kingdom. It's like 1, 2, 3, that's 6 songs. All right, so it's an EP. Really, really good. I love A Vulture Wave. They're great. because I always enjoyed his voice when he was singing in all of his last 2 Ball records. So their album came out called Kingdom. Really, really good. I highly recommend that. Other than that, another full-length album. The Mighty Creator came out with an album, Hate Uber Alice.
The Mighty Creator?
Creator has always been one of those bands. They're lumped in the thrash. They're German thrash. With the Sodom and the Metal, any of the old school thrash. Creator they've been solid for years. They put out really good stuff. If you're into that thrash stuff, if you're into the Exodus and the old school thrash, Creator, you cannot go wrong with it. I did put Hey Uber Alice on the playlist. I think we might have put a Creator song on there before, but their full record came out. Other than that, single-wise, Lamb of God, one of my all-time favorites, they put out a single called Nevermore, which I put on the playlist. It's Lamb of God. If you're into that stuff, I don't know if you listen to it.
No. Sorry.
Randy's my homeboy. They're very thrash. They're metal. They kind of mix a little bit of hardcore in there. If you ever get a chance, I put the Lamb of God song on there. Check it out.
Okay.
If you're not in, his voice is good. It's not like the typical. A lot of times with these bands, and I was watching other stuff about heavy bands, it's all that Cookie Monster, like,
I hate that.
He's got his own unique sound to it.
Okay.
You can pick out Randy's vocals over any of those other bands, and you're like, oh, that's Randy. So it's a little unique. So that was one single, and if you want to cue the old "I Thought They Were Dead,"
I thought
which we'll put in there.
I don't. It's not going to go out. I don't think. That's the problem.
No, it won't. But hey, kids, Ugly Kid Joe put out a single.
Ugly Kid Joe.
Come on. I don't want to think about the weather. Oh
God.
No. I hate everything about you. They're a one-hit wonder. They're still doing it.
Okay.
They're still kicking it.
Let
them single out called That Ain't Living. That sounds like they stole it from AC/DC. And yeah, they're still around. And I actually was like, are they any good? Like I did a deep dive into, but those are really the only music ones that I saw.
Whoa, wait,
like I said, I highly recommend A Vulture Wake, and Creator, and The Lamb of God.
So wait, new Vulture Wake has an EP/album. Who was the other band that came out with a full album? Creator?
Yeah.
Okay. They're on our playlist, right?
They should be, yeah.
Okay, cool. I think I actually have scooped you.
Ooh.
I think I scooped you with some new music.
What you got there?
Let's see if it plays.
Samson.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
As soon as they start singing, you'll know.
Liking it so far.
Of course you are. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the new song There's a Moon On by the band The Pixies.
Whoa, yes, the Pixies.
That was the only new music I found. I was like, oh, the Pixies got something new out? And they've got a whole album coming out soon. They posted about the album a couple of days ago, and they posted that song like 2 days ago. But they've got a full album coming out.
I have to be honest. Ever since Kim Deal left, I've been kind of tapped out.
I did too. I absolutely did too. And then I was like, I'll give this a try. And I listened to it. I was like, man, this is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, they do have it's like a Kim Deal stand-in,
right?
A female bass player. I haven't really just because I'm a huge Kim Deal fan. She was like my first bass girl crush.
Oh, of course.
So when she left, I was kind of like, okay, I guess it's not really them without her, but I'll give it a shot, But from what I hear, I mean, you just played me that. It sounds great. You know?
It is really, really good. I really like the song. And yes, she's not with the band, but what are you gonna do?
What the hell happens to those Deal girls? I think the Breeders came back for like a second, and then they were gone.
Back in 2018, they had an album out, The Breeders. That was the last time you heard from them. I don't think we've heard anything from her since that. Man. I mean, I'm looking at her list of bands and her discography and everything, and the last thing listed here was The Breeders All Nerve in 2018. So what she's doing
which I didn't even give that much of a listen to either. It was one of those things where I had seen the Breeders live at one of the Lollapaloozas. It bored the shit out of me. And I say, everybody loves Chris Cornell, right?
Right.
Soundgarden. They bored the shit out of me too.
Wow.
That was one of those Lollapaloozas where I'm like, they sounded great, but they just kind of
stood there and did nothing.
Yeah. Now you're playing in front of 15, 20,000 people. Jump around a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't just stand
interact
there.
with the audience. Are they? I mean, that's where you got like your bands that are studio bands.
Yeah, I mean, I love Chris the early Soundgarden. Like he was jumping around and doing all that stuff. He just kind of was like wandering around the stage singing, and the rest of the band was concentrating real hard. They had that one bass player that we used to call the praying mantis because he used to play his bass so low, kind of like how Robert Trujillo from Metallica plays it, like fucking down to his ankles. And I went from that school too. I used to play it. Now I kind of, as age brings it up a little bit.
My shoulders hurt. I can't reach that.
So
far
I'm not
down.
like this the whole time. But yeah, I mean, as far as those are really the only ones. But I'll definitely check out the Pexy Stink. That did not come up in my Discover.
They got one song right now, and I don't know when the new album is coming out, but it's apparently soon. I looked. I mean, Kim Deal's 60. Maybe that's why she's not playing anymore.
Who knows? I mean, come on. She's still. I don't know. I haven't seen her in a while.
I mean, all my experience with musicians is like they can get out, but they're always itching to get back in. I mean, there's all those rumors of David Lee Roth starting back up again.
Oh God, he's horrible. But hey, I mean, I saw David Lee Roth back in the 80s. That's the first time I saw him. So, yeah, I mean, it's got to be tough. I mean, I can see it where you've built up this career, and there's bands out there like the Cheap Tricks or the Judas Priest and stuff that could still bring it musically, you know. But even Rob Halford now is like this, The Bon Jovi stuff that they released, oh my God, he sounds horrible.
Yeah.
All these guys, after a while, it's like, unfortunately, with musicians, there's no retirement plan. No. So even Donald Fagen from, I read an article with him because I'm a big Steely Dan fan, believe it or not. And he was complaining about having to tour because he has no money. And I'm like, dude, you've been doing this since the fucking 70s. Like,
what did you do with all that money?
You didn't put away a little bit, There's no 403. There's no 401k for the rock star. Yeah, I mean, there's people that have the one-hit wonder and they live off it the rest of their lives because they were smart. But yeah, he's got to complain that nobody's buying albums anymore because it's all streaming. No fucking shit.
My theory on the one-hit wonders, like the Rick Astley's who can survive off of that one song for so long, is they made a shit ton of money off it. Quick, like short-lived popularity, so they didn't get into that whole like on tour doing drugs, having sex with like 10 freaking people at a time shit. And it was like, here's my career. There goes my career. All right, well, I got money. Let me just live comfortably off this then.
And some of those songs are always timeless. I mean, I am ecstatic now that Kate Bush, Running Up That Hill, is like top of the charts now. I mean, that one scene from Stranger Things, I always thought that was a great song. I even like the placebo version.
I never really liked Kate Bush, and it was, I don't know if you remember Danny Farringer. Dan Dogboy. He was the one who turned me on to Kate Bush, and I was like, damn, this shit's good.
Yeah, Jerry Huff was the one that always got me into. He loved Kate Bush.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love Bush, gentlemen? Am I right?
That's
and
apparently you, Mr. Woodfloor.
Thanks, around here. No, but I mean, between that song and the song that she duetted with Peter Gabriel.
Oh.
I mean, she's got an amazing voice. But like that scene, I watched that scene of her escaping from the demon and that song, and it's perfect.
Yep.
And I always loved that song, but it's so funny because my kids go, "Oh, I love that new song, Running Up That Hill." Like, yeah, you mean the one that came out in 1985? Yeah, that one.
You know how old that song is.
Yeah, and it's just great. And she's been on social media talking about how great it is. So you never know. You never know. Somebody could dig a classic from the archives. You might get another hit, but
you know what that means?
They're
gonna polish her off and put her out on one of those like fucking like the Z100 birthday bash tour where like I saw one of those. Let's see. I think I went with I forget who I went with, but it was one of those like the 500 miles I would walk. You know that band?
Oh yeah.
I would walk 500, and they had like that band had like 2 hits. It was that song and one other one. Dude, I'm not lying. When we saw that like Z100 birthday bash, when they played, it was like they came out and did 500 miles, right?
Yeah.
And then they had one other song, and they came out and then they played that song, and then played 500 miles again, and then left.
That's like that famous story of that band that had I'll Melt With You. I'll stop the world and melt with you.
Yep.
They did a concert, and they did that song like first, and then they did it last.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you have? But
what the fuck
hey, man,
what the fuck is that?
I'll take one hit single over fucking 0 hit wonders over here. So
what the fuck was the name of that band that did that song, 500 Miles?
The fucking December? No.
Well, I'm gonna be. Is it? Whatever. Anyway,
the two Scots that had the freaking glasses and jacked up.
Yes.
It was like They Might Be Giants, but beaten over the head with a rake. Which, by the way, I mean, big thoughts and prayers to John from They Might Be Giants. I don't know if you heard, he was in a really bad car accident.
Oh God.
And he's doing okay. He's got a bunch of busted ribs. But the other John came out and said that they had to cancel the rest of their tour because he got into a really horrible car accident.
Oh God.
So thoughts and prayers, everybody. Thoughts and prayers. They're one of the few you could see them 20 years ago to today. They still bring it, and they're great. I love seeing them. I've seen them a few times. So
the Proclaimers. That's the band, the Proclaimers.
Oh, see, I would get them confused with the Rembrandts.
Yes.
The fucking Friends theme song people.
No, well, the 500 miles was the How I Met Your Mother, because that was the tape that was stuck in the tape deck of the car.
I remember that episode. Yeah.
So it looks like we did it again. Oh, I did it again.
Oops, I did it to you again. Yeah, this one was a little wild, a little crazy. We had some interruptions. We had some
unintended pornography.
But,
some unintended porn on the screen. Whoops.
That's all right. Well, we can kind of end it with the back in the day story.
Back in the day when I... Okay. The one time,
yeah, we'll put all these in later.
I gotta say though, really quick, the one time my fucking wife is watching and I do something stupid like that,
it never fails. It never fails.
Okay. So back in the day,
we'll leave you with this. Recently, I went. Well, I saw a performance of the lovely Mahopac High School concert done by Rich Williams, which was. I saw the video, and I went to go see some of his kids at the Putnam Steakhouse, play some jazz. They were really, really, really good.
Oh yeah, he got a good group. I stop and listen to them in the hall sometimes when I'm walking by. Just stand there and listen. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, they have a really, the amount of talent. And it was funny because I was talking with him and he was saying like, yeah, a lot of them are seniors, so it's going to be like, it's going to have to start all over again. You know, these kids are great. But it reminded me of a back in the day story of, I don't know if you remember this one. There was somebody who used to record the concerts when we were kids. And they would videotape them. And they would release them on public access TV. We had that one channel, Channel 8. Yeah. Remember, it was like in cable. It was all. So the story is that one year they recorded on a VHS tape and released the concert. Now, what happened was,
oh no,
they recorded the concert over a certain pornographic tape. And you remember when you used to record stuff and you'd cut it off, but then you'd get that fuzz, static. And then it would get just whatever you recorded over
go back into what was on that, because you didn't get to the end of the tape. It was like it was a 2-hour porn, but you recorded an hour of marching band, and then hit stop. And it's like, let's just put it in and press play, and it was going, and then. Thank you for watching the Mayapack Marching Band.
True story, man. There was one time where they pressed play in the public access and walked away, and the concert ended, and then hardcore pornography.
All right. Well, don't forget when taping over your porn, make sure you go to the end.
Yeah.